are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to outer space. Please stand by.
Scientific achievements and curiosities of 2015.
Dr. Karl takes us back to the colourful dress that had everyone arguing, our first look at Pluto, and a close encounter with a world-ending meteor. He'll have that and a bit of what science has in store for the year ahead. Now, Richard, you did that story, didn't you?
Yeah, I spoke to Dr. Karl and he said one thing we've got to look out for in 2016 is this thing here. It's genome editing. It's called CRISPR, and it's something that can take out bad parts of your DNA and then repair them. So also a lot of space exploration.
I think that technology is used in harvesting organs, which is going to take that a huge step further, the CRISPR technology.
So pretty interesting
stuff.
stuff.
Blue dress. Now, did you see it as blue or white?
I saw it as blue.
Right, and I saw it as blue, and then somebody said, oh, but it's white. And I said, oh, it's just crazy, ignored it. And then it was only when I get a bunch of people around my computer monitor, and we were all staring at the same dress, and roughly 2/3 see it as one colour and 1/3 as the other, I thought, wow, this is a really neat visual illusion.
But what caused that illusion?
If you look on the side of the dress, you'll see that there's a band of white, and so therefore, you see the band of white light coming in, you think, oh, she's standing against an outside light, therefore the front of the dress is in shadow, and you have to do a thing called colour constancy, and then you remove various things and you see the dress is one colour. But the dress has a bolero jacket.
Oh, okay.
And the bolero jacket has shiny bits on it. And you see that and you think, oh, it's being lit from the front, and then you apply colour constancy in a different way, and then you see the dress is a different colour. Colour constancy, that's necessary so that when you see a red apple, you recognise it as food in twilight, on bright sunlight, or on a bright day in the shadow. So you're always adjusting. Our eyes have to do with it. So obviously the blue dress, and we had a baby with 3 parents.
So tell us about a baby with 3 parents. How did that happen?
Okay, so you know about this when a man and woman love each other very much.
Yes, I do know that, yeah.
Right, okay. So normally there's 2 parents. It turns out that there's stuff called mitochondria. They're cells that invaded us about 2 billion years ago when oxygen started going into the atmosphere. They've got different DNA, and they travel only through the woman. And there are certain diseases of the mitochondria. And so they got the major DNA from a man, and a major other DNA from a woman, but that woman had a disease of the mitochondria that she didn't want to pass on. So then they got the mitochondria of another woman. So that was a 3-person IVF. And remember back in the old days that we'd have to have them branded with tattoos on the forehead to show that they were evil, and now nobody cares. Okay, so we're going through the same thing now as 3-person parent rather than 2-person parent. We discovered a planet that was pretty similar to Earth, which was very exciting. And also on the space front, we had nice pictures coming back from Pluto. That whole thing was weird. Like, you've got the sun in the middle, and if you're close to the sun, the stove, you expect the planets to be warm, and as you get further out, you expect them to be colder. So surely Pluto, way out there, should be dead and cold. It's active. What's going on? We don't know. So that was wonderful. And also we had a spacecraft that could switch on and off, and it could go and visit one asteroid and then another asteroid.
So what else has stood out in 2015?
An asteroid nearly wiped us out.
Okay.
Yeah. On the 31st of, whenever it was, October, Halloween, is it 30th or 31st, one of those days. And it missed us by that much. And we discovered it only a few months earlier, and we couldn't do a single thing about it with only a few months' warning. With 10 years' warning, we could paint it white and nudge it off, you know, with a bit of solar pressure. But
there's probably more of those out there somewhere.
There are, and they fall into the category of catastrophic if and when they happen, but a very, very tiny, tiny risk. But when it does happen, it's very nasty. And also we discovered that meat can be risky. So on one hand, do you know what country in the world has got the highest per capita meat consumption in the whole world?
I think somewhere in America.
Australia. And do you know what country in the world has the highest rate of colorectal cancer? I'm sorry, you're leading you on here.
I think I can see Australia.
Yeah, right. Meat is perfectly fine. We just eat more than we need. And so we just back off a bit.
That was more about processed meats, wasn't it?
Then you run into processed meats as well. And by processed meats, I don't mean where you just get some meat, mince it, shove it in a tube and call that a sausage. Yeah. But when you add the salts and the nitrates and everything else, then you're in trouble there. And so but then we're saying that it increases the risk, but it's only a small amount. So if you're talking about the increase of risk of getting a cancer when you smoke, 2,000% increase. With processed meats, 2000? No, 18%. Not 18 times, 18%.
18%.
So you've got to put it in perspective.
So you can still have your bacon for your breakfast?
Well...
Occasionally?
Yeah, I actually haven't had bacon for about 4 years, but I think I will have one. I'm getting ready to have one in a few years' time.
Okay. So what should we be looking out for in 2016 in terms of science?
CRISPR. CRISPR is the big one. That's the genetic engineering one. It stands for CRISPR. Look it up. I won't tell you what it stands for. I'll tell you what it can do. You can have a chihuahua in your hands and within 4 months turn into a Rottweiler.
Okay.
When we get to use it. You can have a child which has in every one of its 37 trillion cells cystic fibrosis genes. And you can send CRISPR in there and snip them out. Or, and this is why people are so worried about dealing with it, you are thinking, well, you know, I really like working for the ABC, but I want to become a gymnast, so what I need is more muscles here and to be a bit shorter. And you can do it. Or, I want to become a rower, I need to be taller. Or I want blonde hair, but I really want to have black skin for Australia because I don't want to get skin cancer. And you can do it with CRISPR. Do we know how to do it now? No. Will we learn how to do it? Yes.
Okay, very exciting times. Dr. Karl, thank you.
Thank you.